our esteemed guests in this gathering. The thoughtful words have set the perfect tone for today's event. Now, it is my distinct honor to invite our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Joykrushna Jena, the Deputy Director General, ICAR, Government of India, Delhi, to come forward and address the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. Most respected dignitaries present in the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Nitte University, Dr. Ramesh Mundiya-Dayaji. We have several dignitaries present today. Dr. Edward Joykrushna, Director General of the Network of Aquaculture Center in Asia Pacific, who is the person behind all those programs. She has been the team leader for the food safety and nutrition and lab at Habevon headquarters. Dr. Karthikeyan, Director of Impera Marine Product Export Development Authority at Kochi. We have several other dignitaries from this university itself. Dr. Nitte Karnasagarji, Dr. Harsha Alataliji, Registrar of this university, Madam Dr. Indrani Karnashagar, Dr. Ravin Paul, AMR Technical Lead of FAO India, Dr. Anirban Chakrabarti, esteemed dignitaries, invitees, participants, faculty members and students, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be here this morning. First of all, I would like to thank sincerely to the Honorable Vice Chancellor and all other associated on organizing this program, especially Dr. Karnashagar and Madam Karnashagar for the opportunity you have provided to me. I consider it is a great privilege that too on a day when we are trying to celebrate the AMR week itself. So a big opportunity for me. I would like to congratulate the FAO Referral Center itself for hosting this event, having so many international delegates. When I entered this room, I found a big number of people. I was expecting only about 30-35 people. That is what I was, when I did discuss with Karnashagar Sahab, I came to know that about 35 people will be there. When I entered the room, I shuffled. Then I asked whether these mostly young students, probably the research scholars and so on and so forth, what is their discipline? Whether they are from fisheries or medical, because I know that this building, when I entered, it is a medical college itself, so they are medical background or what. Then I came to know that most of them are either related to aquatic sciences or doing biotechnology and so on and so forth. I'm a bit nervous to speak before a diverse group of people. When you have audience of your discipline, you feel so comfortable to speak. Let me again confess, I am not a microbiologist. I have very little knowledge on small organisms. I know about the fish. Being a fishery scientist, I know fish. I know how to culture fish, how to breed fish, how to rate fish, for all of you. That is what I know. But having come to a platform where you have a diverse group of people, it is a bit difficult to speak. I do know that. But when you speak about a subject of AMR, probably this is a subject when we speak to a group of audience, we understand they know something. But when you go out, probably very few people know today about the antimicrobial resistance. If something happens to your city or a country, for example, 50 people dies, there will be a headline in the newspaper, all the channel will be telling there is some accident happened, 50 people died, or some natural calamities happened. Every day you know that in the paper, newspaper, news channel you get those news. But when we get a figure all of us know, people who used to speak on AMR, 700,000 people dies every year because of the AMR issues. See, but nobody talks. And the prediction by 2050 that per year death will be somewhere around 10 million. Can we imagine? Probably very few people speak because that much awareness probably we have not been able to make it. Today, when you talk of whether it is agriculture or any other sector, anybody who asks what is the major challenges the country or the globe is going to face, most of us speak about the climate change. Because if something happens today, there is a little hot, people will say climate change is happening. If there is a little more rain, climate change. Everything, whatever happens, people bring this climate change because this is a talk of everybody. Everybody is aware, sensitized. We know for sure that climate change has been an issue, and probably it is an issue will remain. But probably this issue of AMR probably more challenging than climate change. That is what probably the message need to be going to every place. Will be definitely next 3-4 days or 5 days. The subject will be discussed in detail through the all deliberations what will be happening. So because I am not a microbiologist or I don't know much about the AMR even, I would say, so I will not dare to speak much on this subject definitely. But being a research manager, about 6-7 years back, I participated in a conference or a workshop at Kolkata. Let me tell you, a workshop organized by FAO again, FAO India office at Kolkata. That 2-3 days workshop when I participated, I did realize probably this is an area probably more attention or focus attention is necessary. So we thought initiating some program, a network program, a country like India, it is so difficult, to initiate something, it is not that easy. So what we thought, maybe let us write a project, network project, ask for funding support from somebody. Then we realized it will take definitely 2 years. Getting a project is not that easy or mega project. So we thought, why not? Internal resources what we have, we plow it. So I started discussing with the people, because I had the opportunity to lead the Animal Science Institute as Deputy Director General Animal Science. So Animal Science and Fisheries from 20 institutes I had a discussion, and we thought some resources we should pool whatever available. So last 6-7 years we did not have any money, but we were using at least about $400,000 every year as a recurring contingency from internal resources. But fortunately this year itself we have got our project approved, again increasing the center from 18 center to about 31 center, enough resources flowing in. So hopefully in coming years, though in last 5 years probably about $1.5 million we have been able to invest with the surveillance program on AMR. But considering the fact the issues and challenges before us, probably 20-30 centers probably may not be enough. A country like India, we need to be bringing more and more people. So I am sure the platform of this platform, the FAO Center, would be able to help us and expanding this network. How do we expand this network is so important at this point of time. We know very sure what we need to do, but how to do it, that is important. All of us know the issues or challenges before us when you do talk of antimicrobial resistance. But how we take this, the issues to the common people are so important. Even though we do understand surveillance is so important, all of us know that not only in India, global level also, we have been doing the surveillance on the basis of phenotype surveillance and all, with the, all of us know, district-figure method or MIC and all are the common methodology which we have been using. But with the science progressing so fast, today all of us realize probably whatever we are doing is not enough. We need to use the latest technology or techniques, whatever are available, with the sequencing becoming so, rather I would say, so cheap, rather I would say, can we take the advantage of the latest technology of maybe the sequencing platform and all, and how do we use those in the antimicrobial resistance surveillance? I'm sure in the next 4-5 days we will be discussing more on this subject, how do we go ahead. But this is not a subject that it is restricted, we need to restrict it within the political boundary of the country. We cannot tell the microbes that don't cross over this is your boundary, you should not cross to other country. Unless otherwise the global platform we will be using, it will not be possible to tackle this issue at this point of time. So we know the issues before us, but the only thing is that we need to have an understanding about the issues and problems also. When you do talk of genomics surveillance also, probably it is necessary for us to have a greater understanding how the resistance genes are distributed, how the strains evolve, how they are transmitted within the population. The transmission dynamics are so important today. We cannot say that, okay, we are fisheries people, we should be speaking only on fisheries, somebody is on animal science and health science and all. So we should not, that is the major issue. Probably the time has come, how do we join hands are so important today. For example, when you talk of surveillance even, for example, when you talk of human aspect, it is so easy to get the samples because in the hospital you have probably several patients coming in, getting the samples are so easy today. But for the sector like animal science and fisheries, we need to travel to the distance, getting a sample are also not that easy. Even, for example, when you talk of again the surveillance, when you talk of surveillance, again the difficulty is the methodology what we adopt to today. For example, in fisheries or animal science, we take usually healthy animals. Usually we take healthy animals. Whereas in the medical, mostly it is these cases we take the sample. I don't say that which is correct or which is wrong, but we need to discussing how should we go ahead. We do understand the issue at this point of time. The problem before us is the technique, what we will be using today is so important. We know the challenges before us. Even when we talk of genome sequencing and all, it is not that easy. We do talk that it is so cheap and all, but the amount of data, the volume of data, how do you handle those data is also not that easy. Probably the third party will be taking the services of today. Several companies are doing maybe sequencing and all. So it may be easy to do sequence, but handling such huge amount of data are so difficult today. The laboratory infrastructure, the resources, each one of us may not have those resources. How do we have standardized protocol for collection, analysis, or even in the sharing of the information are so important today. But the recent advances what we have made in for example, metagenomics, probably this platform, or we have been talking of artificial intelligence or machine learning techniques and all. So algorithms which we have been able to develop, how do we use those to analyze this complex genomic data is so important at this point of time. When we talk of again genomic surveillance and all, does it mean that the traditional method of what surveillance we do with the phenotypic means and all are irrelevant? Probably not. Probably not. Not probably, definitely not. So we need to, how do we integrate both genomic surveillance and phenotypic surveillance are so important at this point of time. So how do you have the capacity building of our people? That is what is important at this point of time. Friends, I come from fisheries, so definitely I will not miss the platform to speak about something about the fisheries. Maybe 5 minutes, please allow me to speak. Where we are, as because we have several participants from international platforms, probably it will be right for me to speak and link about how this is more important today. When you talk of again fisheries and aquaculture, you know that last 70 years we have done so well rather I would say. People like me, those who are here in the fisheries, they should be, I think, feeling lucky that they are working in a sector, a food sector which is growing so fast. Not only India, in India the growth rate today, last 5 years growth rate to the GDP in fisheries is more than 10%. Probably very few sectors may be able to push that. And why I like to speak is, when we are looking ahead another 25 years, we are going to celebrate the 100 years of India's independence in 2047. The target before us is a Herculean task. We were trying to have a roadmap made. Today we are the second largest producer with 70.5 million ton. When we are trying to have our target to achieve a target of somewhere around 40 million ton. That 40 million ton, we do understand we have to go for horizontal and vertical expansion. Yes, that we will be able to do it. Probably aquaculture, we are giving thrust so much, we will be able to do it. But when you again compare with the other sector of maybe animal science and other agricultural sector, we know when we talk of animal sector, we are talking of dairy or chicken or mutton and all. We talk of one thing, chicken means chicken. When you talk of fish, all of us fish eaters, we don't like to eat same fish, I'm sure. We like to eat different fish daily. Maybe if opportunity is given, 365 days, 365 different fish we like to eat. That is what, so when you have that, you have expectations are large, when you have, you are looking for a diverse group of species to farm, then what you intend to do is import again germplasm from outside country, transboundary movement happens. We are looking for intensive farming because you cannot achieve the 40 million ton from 70 million ton with just use of more inputs like seed, etc. You have to go for the latest technology. So when you are talking of diversification, intensification to happen, there will be huge pressure on the transboundary movement. When you are talking of diversification, intensification, there will be more risk of having diseases, all of us know. And even last 35 years, I know for sure, when we were students, we were looking all the time the teaching being done by Dr. Karuna. Both Madam and Sir Karuna, they were, you know, the microbiologists or pathologists teaching at the fisheries college. Even as a student, we used to study when in the first fish pathology or fish health subject, they used to teach us parasitology, bacteriology or virology. Virus, what virus they used to teach us? Spring viremia of carp, which never in India never it there. Those days we never used to think that at any point of time, India being a tropical country will have the virus problem. Today, you see any country you go, whether it is temperate or tropical countries, you have virus issue. Every day you have a new disease problem coming in. That is what last 10 years we have another surveillance project which we have been operating on disease surveillance. In my presentation, probably after the inaugural program, I will be speaking a little more on those. Several new pathogens bringing in. When you have a new pathogens, you tend to use more of microbials. That is what is the problem. The irrational use that we know for sure. What is the major reason behind the antimicrobial resistance? It is not the only human sector or the animal sector. People point finger only the poultry sector, probably they are using as a growth enhancer and all. So it is necessary for us that we need to understand whatever people have a prejudice, whether they are correct or not, we need to know about that also. For example, I am sure because in this platform several doctors are there, all of us know. Each one of us tend to be a pseudo doctor. In our when we travel, we have a kit bag. In the kit bag, at least 2-3 medicines will be there. I am sure, and one antibiotics definitely will be there. Some antibiotics, whatever we like, and we tend to use it for everything. Even common flu, we know that it will not work, still we have. For example, during Corona time, every one of us, at least in India, I know, there was a prescription in the WhatsApp message. It was going that you should only treatment is azithromycin or azithrol or whatever, erythromycin tablet you should take treatment. So everybody tend to purchase, everybody procured. For example, in a house, you have 4 people, so you know the dose, how many, 5 days into 4 people, 10, 40 tablet you need. So everybody started procuring, not 40, double of that and kept it in their home, thinking that if something happens, we will be using. What did we do? If we had not affected COVID, what we did? Did we return to the medical shop or we kept it till expiry? After expiry, what did we do? Did we throw it? If we have thrown, where did we throw? Think about that. I am not pointing finger at anybody. I am telling to myself also. I am also a party to that. So most of us, unknowingly or no, most of the time, it is unknowingly, we try to do something which we are the party to have that antimicrobial resistance today. So that has been the major problem. For example, I have a fever, doctor prescribed for 5 days antibiotic today, 3 days I am cured, next 2 days medicine, I just don't consume it. We know that. Or 5 days medicine we gave, the doctor gave, 2 days I took, then I went to I am not satisfied or somebody told in my family that their doctor is not good, you should consult to an expert doctor. So the expert doctor they know that X medicine is given, but it is obvious they will change. Maybe similar medicine, but they will change. What did we do with that? So all of us know, underuse, overuse, irrational use. So all of us are party to those antimicrobial resistance which are being caused today. So it is necessary for us, surveillance is one aspect, definitely we need to have a close watch of everything, which will give us direction, how do we go ahead in the coming days. But awareness is so important. Each one of us need to take responsibility probably. And let us start this campaign from home. Let us start campaign from home, your maybe colony or in the village or in the city or in the schools. Probably that is where we need to attack today, reaching to the schools and colleges. They should be our ambassador. The students should be our ambassador for taking this message forward. We have a lot of things to do definitely when you talk of an area of antimicrobial resistance. We have been celebrating this week. Yes, that is one area that is definitely a platform that we should be using. But we have got a greater responsibility Of course, Government of India has been taking several initiatives with the PSA taking lead of taking this program forward. Government of India has taken several initiatives to see that this campaign is more rather strengthened. I don't think probably I have taken a little more time than expected. So hopefully all of us will serve as the ambassador to take this message, the repercussions that the antimicrobial resistance is going to make for the global good. That is what is so important at this point of time. Probably in my presentation I will give little more idea about the work, what we do, we plan to do, or the networking which we intend to make with everybody and anybody who are interested to be there in this. Again, sincere thanks and gratitude to Dr. Karnatagan and Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir for the opportunity you have provided to me to be here this morning. As I told, I am not a microbiologist. When you do not know the subject, what you do? You try to beat around the bush. That is what probably I was trying to do. Probably whether it is relevant or not relevant, we will have opportunity to discuss more in the coming maybe whole day and all. So wish the program all the best and sincerely believe that all participants will be immensely benefited from this program, and this should be a beginning. That is what I like to. Thank you so much.